Hey guys and gals, this is a response to a tag opened up by our friend Dwayne over at Patriot Knives and Tools. So I figured I'd pick my five. This is my celluloid collection, which is probably about 80% of it. I'm sure there's some. I don't store my knives by handle material, I do it by maker. So this is kind of out of memory of digging these out. But yeah, I'm going to try and pick five out of this. My top five celluloid covers from the tag from Dwayne at Patriot Knives and Tools. I'll leave a link to his channel. Really cool guy. I'll leave a link to his channel. You guys can go subscribe, check him out if you haven't. Under here is number one. I'm not giving that one away yet. That definitely is going to be my number one pick. So really, I got pick four out of here. And I'm not going to open them all up. I'll open up the winners. But I'll go through them real quick. This whole section here on the book, I did a video on all these. These are cracked ice. Most of them are western states. There's a couple western boulder markings, which still dates it back to 1935. But a lot of these, probably majority of them, are from the 1930s. And you'll see you got the swell center hunter, the single blade hunter, double blade hunter. I'm not even sure what these are. I'd have to open up all the blades. But they're various Stockmans, Muskrats, and Jacks. And this is another single blade hunter, a more narrow one. And over here we got the, I guess we can pull this out. This is the West Cut fixed blade. It has a really cool sheath. You can see the Western States logo stamped into it. I'm hoping that'll show up. Yeah, there it is. That's what the Western States logo looks like. That's before they changed their name to Western Cutlery Company. We'll leave this one in there. So that's my cracked ice there, which is something I like to collect. And I have some other cracked ice over here. This is a 1945-55 from Hammer brand, which is actually under Imperial's control at the time. It's a shell knife, but it still has celluloid on it. Some cracked ice. And then here's the mini. And now this is the real deal here, guys. This is a Schrade Walden from the 1930s. How many times you see a Barlow with celluloid? It's not often. In fact, this is going to be in my top five because it has a sheep's foot main blade. Then this is kind of a cracked ice. This is from the 80s. This is Frank Buster, Fightin' Rooster. It's a sleeve board whittler. And you can see, actually, it's probably more of the butter molasses, which are these here. I like to call them rotten banana, but we'll get to those. Here's another Frank Buster. Thinking Dave and Buster's. Frank Buster, Fightin' Rooster. Now, this is one that went nuclear. This is what you don't want to happen to your knife collection. This one, I bought it this way. This one didn't explode on me. Well, they don't explode. They just leak out, gas out. And you could see all the corrosive damage it did to the blades. But still cool looking. Look at the texture on it now. I really like that knife. Doctor's pattern. Continue on down. These are made by Camillus, but they're called Kent Knife Company. This was Camillus's budget brand back in the 30s. You would have found these at Woolworth or any five and dime. Actually, like 1933 to 55. And then after 55, Camillus switched over to Camco brand for their budget brand. But they didn't do much celluloid work. I think I got a few. I might have. I should have checked the Camco lot. But these are both Kent Knife Companies. Kind of a Barlow. This one's kind of a Barlow thing here. This is just some kind of serpentine jack. One day I'll open all these out. I'm just trying to go through them real quick. This is a Western Stockman. Western State Stockman. In a green and black and silver striped celluloid. Ain't that cool? Over here is a couple camos. This is a Western Boulder, I think. Western Boulder, Colorado. Kind of a nice camo there. Then a Remington, definitely a camo. This is a Stockman. This here is a serpentine jack. I did a video on this recently, if you want to look that one up. Then into the butter molasses, or what I like to call my rotten bananas. This is a genuine Shatton Morgan. Gets carried quite a bit. Had a broken blade that I modified. And I'll show you that because that's in my top 5. It's my only original Shatton Morgan. This is a Schrade Walden. It's from the same time period as this one here. Beautiful butter molasses there. Or rotten Nana. This is another Western. Same type deal there. Stockman. Then up to here, some couple unique ones from Boker, USA. It's a little peanut from the 50s. The sun's coming out. And check out this one. I think this is before the 50s. Can't find out much information on it, other than it's one of the coolest patterns you'll ever see. Fishtail pattern. Blade's pretty sharpened out on it, but a real sweet knife nonetheless. And some 1980s case. Gold glitter. Forgot to tell you, these Frank Busters are 1980s too. Fighting Rooster. Another case with the gold glitter. Mini Pocket Hunter. And this one's very unique. This here is a really old Colonial. I don't know if you can see. There you go. Look at that tang stamp. Colonial Providence. Check out them covers. These covers are what's called end of days. Not officially by the manufacturer, but from collectors. And what went down with these was at the end of a work day, they would sweep up and, collect all the flashing from the different colored covers that they made and just melt it in a pot, and you'd get this multicolored, all from shavings from different scales. This one's done really well too. Look at that. Definitely 1930s there. And then this old Imperial. Same thing. See pieces from all different colors. Look at the tang stamp. Imperial, Providence, Rhode Island. Some people think that it might be because the blade is in such condition that it might have been worked on. But I think that's just a weak stamp. Doesn't look like much steel's been. It might have been buffed out, but not enough to take all that steel off. Could be, I don't know. Beautiful knife nonetheless. So, that's the grouping I got to grab 4 out of because number 1's over here. So let me kind of set this up. I'll pause really quick and I can open up the blades and pick my 5. Okay, first I'll show you some honorary mentions. If I was going to extend it out to top 10, these would probably be in there. This is such a cool knife. It's hard to keep this out of your top 5. Hard to find too. And of course any of these, I mean, that's always the hardest thing to do is pick out 5. I mean, I can't let this one sit here. Such an awesome knife. But I'm going to. Here's the top 5. Number 5. Sherade Walden. 1930s. I don't know if you can see the stamp on that. Sheep's foot mane. Pen blade. Some gorgeous cracked ice. In real good shape too. Half stops. Snappy. So there's number 5. Number 4 is I really like this Colonial Providence. Just because of the colors. A lot of this has to do with the patterns too. I like these little bowies. In fact, you know, this one over here is a little bigger. But I mean, it's still a little Bowie, baby Bowie Frontier. Or Frontier Bowie. So that's number 4. Yeah, this could even be an honorary mention. Wicked cool knife. It's my buddy over there with the Harley. So 5, 4. Number 3 is this one. I love this pattern. Cigar Jack. Not a real big one. Carry this all the time. I modified the blade, was broken. Turned it into a little Warncliffe. And that one kind of real snappy. Love that one. That's my favorite rotten banana. Then number 2 from the Western collection. I like this Hunter better than the Coke bottle. That's why I picked this. You'll see it still has a Western States etch on there. See that? A Western States stamp. Has a lot of flavor in the handle. And I do like these Hunter handles. This is excellent pattern. And number 1, boom, is the BK43X with the planetary celluloid. This is first seen in the catalog of 1931, but it also goes up to the 50s. And it has, I think that's the patent number. So when it says Western Boulder, Colorado in the patent, it can be as early as 1935, I think. So that's probably a good guess of this right here. Check out this handle, you guys. What's cool is in high school, our high school had a planetarium with a telescope. And me and a couple friends took that class thinking it'd be an easy credit. You know, it was an elective. And actually it was pretty hard, but it was a cool class because you got to use the telescope. And this reminds me of the surface of Venus. Very much so. Maybe without the little red here. But check out this blade. Is that a cool blade? Nice round pommel, aluminum pommel. Sweet knife. So there it is, you guys. It's my top 5 for today. Tomorrow it could be different. Trade, Colonial, Original Shatton Morgan, Western, and Western. And here we got to give this some props. This is a original Remington. 32 to 35 or something. Has a couple pin cracks, but still some sweet camo. So until next time, my friends, take care. Peace. Bye-bye.